Let's talk about marijuana. What is marijuana? According to NIH, marijuana refers to the dried leaves, flowers, stems, and seeds from the cannabis sativa or the cannabis indica plant. The plant contains the mind-altering chemical THC and CBD. Marijuana, like most drugs, have multiple ways in achieving a high: by smoking it, eating it, and drinking it. How does marijuana work? There are two chemicals found in the plant, THC and CBD. THC has psychoactive effects, meaning the drug affects the brain. Under the influence of THC, the senses are altered, mood changes, and behavior changes. THC rapidly reaches every organ in the body. Once it is in the brain, the THC attaches to specific nerve cell receptors. An activation of these cell receptors affect pleasure, memory, thinking, concentration, movement, coordination, appetite, pain, and time perception. Some of these effects last only as long as marijuana is in the body, while others may build up over time to cause longer-lasting problems. CBD is more of an analgesic, anti-inflammatory, and anti-anxiety type of feeling.
Now that we know what marijuana is and how it works, we can look at the legalization of marijuana. The Drug Policy Alliance believes that marijuana should be legalized for these reasons. Reduce harm. The criminalization of marijuana use disproportionately harms people, young people, and people of color, sponsors massive levels of violence and corruption, and fails to curb youth access. Creates jobs. Legalizing and regulating marijuana will bring one of the nation's largest cash crops under the rule of law. This will create jobs and economic opportunities in the formal economy instead of the illicit market. Save money. Scarce law enforcement resources will be better used to ensure public safety while reducing corrections and court costs. State and local governments will acquire significant new sources of tax revenue for regulating marijuana sales. And lastly, promote consumer safety. Marijuana product testing is becoming a standard requirement for legalizing marijuana markets. This means consumers are better informed about the marijuana they use.
Some health effects would be breathing problems, increased heart rate, fetus development while the mother is pregnant, nausea and vomiting, temporary hallucinations, temporary paranoia. According to NIH, there are many short-term and long-term health effects. Some short-term effects are altered senses, for example, seeing brighter colors, or altered sense of time, changes in mood, impaired body movement, difficulty with thinking and problem solving, impaired memory, hallucinations, delusions, psychosis. Long-term risks would be brain development. If a person starts smoking marijuana at an early age, the risk of brain underdevelopment could occur.
Now, why is this a public concern? Engaging in the use of marijuana is a public concern because it affects not only the person using it, but the people around them. For example, those who use this drug can be a distraction to those who do not use, whether it be in school, at work, or in a public social setting. According to SAM, Smart Approaches to Marijuana, one of the most well-designed studies on marijuana and intelligence released in 2012 found that marijuana use reduces IQ by as much as 8 points by age 38 among people who started using marijuana regularly before age 18. Even people who had stopped using the drug before their 38th birthday experienced the loss in IQ. Other studies have found that marijuana use is linked with school dropout and subsequent unemployment, social welfare dependence, and a self-reported lower quality of life than non-marijuana abusing people. This results in an imbalance in society's working class, those that are employed versus unemployed and filing for unemployment. Now that we know what marijuana is, how it works, the legalization of marijuana, its health effects, its brain risks, and why it's a public health concern, We would like to give you some resources for help with addiction to marijuana. With the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, the American Addiction Centers, Smart Recovery, which stands for Self-Management and Recovery Training, and Marijuana's Anonymous.